Yes, so you're playing as Zulu, and I'm trying to liberate all of the European colonies from Africa. How dare they be invading our great continent? And yeah, Zulu starts out with a pretty bad position, starting out the game with only 4 technologies, and one of them is disconnected from the tech tree. I think they just gave every African country except for the ones in the Victorian Lake international trade, and for a lot of them, it's just disconnected in the tech tree. But it doesn't really matter that much. It's just a little bit strange looking. Anyways, yeah, Zulu's got some pretty awful starting stuff here with like 0.6% literacy, but I figured I gotta try out another hard country again because it has been a while since I played a truly bad start. So let's see. What do we want to do at the start here? I think the first tech I want to go for is Romanticism to try to get agrarianism going and potentially spawning like a modernizer movement off of academia or something. I think this makes sense. Also, we get a lot of literacy because yeah, our literacy right now at 0.6% is not good at all. I will start out with some social mobility and I guess encourage agricultural industry because those are the only decrees I can actually do at the start. I was looking at our army and I see we have this tactful, ambitious elder. So I think this character is going to be really good. Elder is such a bad trait to have on a ruler, negative 50% infamy decay, but since this is just a character, we're kind of fine with it. I can't retire the other character because they haven't served for a year. But I'll bring them into a different army with no troops. And then I'm gonna invade Gaza day one, because, they're a pretty big country that we can expand into. Apparently I have a starting interest. Oh yeah, we start the game as an unmechanized regional power. Now we have a little bit less troops than them, but since we have our tactful character, we should be pretty good. Oh, did I accidentally get the wrong of the 2 characters somehow? I did. Okay, I need to transfer the generals between them, I guess. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, somehow we just deleted the other general doing that, I guess. But we now have our tactful elder. I'm going to put them on the front on defense, and the tactful should let us win some defensive battles early, which is what we're going to need. Our budget is pretty awful. Yeah, definitely cannot afford to have this much army long term without incorporating more states. I guess we do some consumption taxes. We can actually make it a little bit less bad. Okay, yeah, we can slightly run a positive balance, which is pretty good. And then I guess for early game buildings, I'll build up like 1 extra logging camp and then a fishing wharf. Oh, I guess bananas. Yeah, we'll keep some bananas because bananas are really good. I will conquer the other state as well, because we might as well fully annex them. I believe their culture of Nguni is within our same heritage group, so we should be able to incorporate this kind of quickly. I don't know if it's also same language. Yeah, it is. So I think that'll be 5-year incorporation, which is a lot better than 15-year incorporation. Although I think we have similar against like Sotho. They don't have the same language. Well, yeah, we don't have the same language with these ones, so they might take a little bit longer to incorporate. First defensive battle, we're actually losing because we got way less troops in the battle, apparently. That's pretty unfortunate. I guess I can get a couple of conscripts to try to help us out next time. Yeah, that's unfortunate we lose that first battle. 5v7? Okay, we win that. Good, 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 good. Yes, we don't be losing, so it's good to have that win. Now they're gonna keep attacking me probably, and eventually that's not gonna go very well for them. We got mud in this battle, but it's still pretty fine with us. Yeah, okay. Now they have quite a few casualties. So they have 7,000 troops, we have 11,000, so we can probably go on the attack. As long as they don't have a really good general. Yeah, they have an open terrain commander, so they shouldn't be too good at defense. So we can win. And yeah, that's going to be just like that. We kind of win the war. Very good. There's their capital occupied, and yeah, we're going to win this war just in a second, because their whole country is about to get occupied. Yep, there goes. Nice little first expansion for Zulu, and we can incorporate this with just our starting bureaucracy. Apparently it's 10 years for this top bit of their country, but for Lorenzo Marx, it is only 5 years. So that's pretty solid. I get an anti-Cape Colony lobby. Alright, I guess I'll take negative relations. Yeah, interesting. Don't think that matters too much. Not like we can rival a subject or anything, right? I don't think we can. Alright. Oh, we have so many radicals. Yeah, I guess we did just conquer Lorenzo Marx. Our SOL is so bad. 4.8 SOL. Wow. Um, hmm. Yeah, this event, the Battle of Vegkop, and there's a couple of options here. Um, and we can take some provinces in Transvaal, or we can basically this event is going to let Transvaal form. And so I figure it makes a lot of sense to just declare to conquer Transvaal before that, except, oh, Britain is guaranteeing Transvaal? Huh. Okay, that actually is a little bit of a problem for me. Okay. Yeah, my original plan was going to be to invade them right here, but because I see that British guarantee, which I didn't actually realize existed, because I feel like, I guess Britain cancels it usually early or something, but I'm going to take this option to just get some provinces in Transvaal. It does come at the cost of a lot of bureaucracy and authority, but I think it's kind of worth it. Get a little bit of Transvaal. Yeah, and then they form Transvaal. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah. I'm gonna try to subsidize the banana plantation because it's gonna be so profitable that I would really like it if it could just employ up. Yeah, because we have violent treatment from having slavery, we can actually have very profitable banana plantations. So I think it's worth like subsidizing it to get it to employ because it's actually not spending any money. It's just gonna make it so that it will employ for some reason. And I think this is gonna make our food price go way down and stuff, so it's gonna be pretty nice. I might make our food price go down so much that the banana stops being profitable. I'm not really sure. Um, our pops are becoming servicemen in the barracks. Honestly, I should probably delete some of our military. And like, how many troops do we realistically need? Maybe 10, right? I think we realistically need 10 troops, and we can deal with every country we'd want to fight except Portugal. We could fight Portugal now if we want to fight them. No, no, Britain would come to their aid. Let's just go down to having 10 troops in our army. I think that's going to be good enough for fighting all the countries over here. Okay, I'm going to stop subsidizing the banana plantation because the price of banana is really low right now. I imagine pretty soon a lot of our pops are going to start eating a ton of banana, and it's going to let their SOL go up a lot. We'll see. Like, all the pops need should pretty much go over to banana. Oh, they really want liquor. Our liquor price is really high. Hmm. I don't even have manufactories tech. The Boers demand a bunch of my territory. Yeah, this demand is preposterous. Kill his entire delegation. That's not allowed. Oh, I got a construction sector. Let me delete that. We cannot afford that. Yeah. Our fifth banana plantation's almost done. Honestly, I should probably not build this. No, wait, actually, we have serfdom, so we can't build up all of our arable land. Yeah, okay, that's actually fine. Okay. Yeah, this, giving us super low fruit prices, which is pretty nice. Our tech is just so bad right now. Currently tech spreading stock exchange, which is a little bit weird because, this is disconnected tech. They did say they were going to give bureaucracy, but yeah, we don't even have bureaucracy as a study tech, so it's rough. We can't do anything about this bureaucracy deficit we have right now. I mean, I guess we could have not taken a negative 10% bureaucracy or not incorporated states or something, but assuming we actually wanted to do those things, not much we can do about it in the short term at least. This event, Blood River, where we can change our ruler and it creates a new country. If I remember correctly, I mean, I actually don't know what this event does, but based on me knowing that there's like Natalia that often appears here, I'm guessing this is the event that creates Natalia. So I'm not going to create Natalia. And this is going to make our king get some negative popularity, which I guess is bad for authority and stuff, but it doesn't seem as bad as losing half of the country. I removed the meat consumption tax because it's kind of useless. Honestly, all these consumption taxes are kind of useless. I should just go down to medium taxes again because we're not even using construction sectors or anything, right? I think I should invade Transvaal. Oh no, UK would still join. They weren't going to join when I last looked at it. I guess I'll just invade Swaziland. Yeah, they're going to be safe. Just want to invade some people. I should probably delete some generals that I can because, yeah, this bureaucracy deficit is a little bit of a problem. Oh, apparently our general is actually still here? Oh, okay. See, we have a general that's not assigned to an army, I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, we'll retire that, because that's actually just like wasting, yeah, wasting bureaucracy. And I'll retire this one as well. It does give us some negative interest group approval, but we need to do it to fix our bureaucracy issues. We've got a pretty big peasant movement. I'm gonna start, or should I bolster this? Actually, let's not bolster it. It's not gonna make much of a difference. Instead, like all of our ability to pass this. Oh wait, we can negotiate with the armed forces. Okay, that's gonna help out a little bit. But what I was thinking is that the landowners are gonna stall us, and then we're gonna get like the thing where we can give state redemption payments to get them to stop stalling us, and that's gonna be how we can pass tenant farmers, which is gonna be something we're gonna need to do to eventually get onto agrarianism or what's the other one called? Interventionism. I guess religious schools is probably what we want to pass next. Yeah. We don't technically need this to get onto agrarianism, I guess, but we do need to get this to get onto religious schools, which is going to be important. Okay, yes, we get purchasing emancipation, which is good. Thought chance gets reduced by 145%. Quite the thing. I think individual redemption payments is quite a bit worse. They did remove the minus tax collection on it, so it is now not objectively worse, but I do think that it is still a little bit worse than state redemption payments. So we'll do that. Very good, getting rid of the stall chance. Oh, I should bring the landowners into government. Yeah, that'll make our law a lot faster to pass because we have righteous government now. In fact, I should also remove the decree here. So we are now running like negative 50% enactment time, which will make this go by really quick. Oh, is it going to make us continuously have to get more and more negative approval? Interesting. Okay. Oh, we can just abdicate. Huh, that might be better. Because that way we don't get the country created. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be what we are supposed to do here. But then we can't abdicate again till 1870? I think that's fine. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna abdicate. Abdicate the throne. Get plus 1% pops in Zulu, become loyalist. And we'll get a bunch more authority. Except we don't actually, because assessment ability decree cost went up. I'll stop doing it in Zambezia. Our enemy's pretty low. I guess I'll go annex Basuto land. This does give us a border with Britain, with Cape Colony, I mean. Which isn't ideal, but I don't know what else we'd really do. I think I'm gonna start constructing some trade centers because hopefully we can start getting our bananas exported. That'll be a good way to get our economy going. Okay, we passed tenant farmers, which is pretty nice. Yeah, now I want to go for religious schools because religious schools will let us get our literacy up a little bit faster. So the trade centers are not very good because the merchant marine is in shortage. We can't build ports because we don't have the tech for them. So what I'm going to do is subvent the import of merchant marine and then subsidize the trade center. And hopefully with that, we can get our trading actually going. That would be good to get some trade happening. We're going to need to import some merchant marines. We have +1 trade capacity, so we should get some trades going, right? I guess maybe we need +1 weekly trades at least. Yeah, we're going to need at least +1 weekly trades, which is going to be tough because of the shortage penalty. Yeah. Should be kind of close to it. Oh no, we're still not quite to half a weekly trade, which I guess is what we probably need. And it's not able to employ because the aristocrats are satisfied. I mean, just don't quite have enough of clerks. I ran out of infamy. Do all of these countries have guarantees from Britain? They all do, I think, except for Waterbower's land. But will Britain actually honor those? It looks like they might. Maybe there's one that they won't. Maybe not. Oh yeah, Philippopolis they won't honor. As long as it's more than -25. That should be safe, because 25 is how much you get from a guarantee independence sway. We got religious schools, which is good for our literacy rate, at least a little bit. Our bureaucracy is, of course, not the greatest right now. But it is what it is. We're slowly working our way towards romanticism for agrarianism, which I imagine is going to be what we want to pass. Although we are going to need a little bit more clout on the rural folk for that. To get them demarginalized. Or we'll need to get like a modernization movement or something. Not exactly sure what we're going to need to do. I should probably try to go migration controls, to be honest. We could try to wait for no migration controls, but... I don't know that we're going to be able to get multiculturalism anyway. I think it makes more sense to just go migration controls right now so that we can eventually invite agitators when we want them. My success chance on this is coming from the Zulu supremacist movement, apparently. Yeah, apparently we can still get this event even with the new ruler, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I guess there's not much we can do about that. Hopefully it'll eventually go away. Um, oh, interesting. I don't think we want that. Yeah, we don't want to add religious restrictions. Oh, I'm zero infamy. I'm gonna go for Angoche. Yeah, we don't quite have a border with them. Maybe we can get a treaty with Portugal or something. Let's try to improve relations with Portugal. It'd be good if I could get some rivals. Hmm. I need the rivalry so I can get more influence. Yeah, my influence is so low. We actually have to make it all the way to +1 weekly trades. I'm currently at 0.95. Crazy. We're so close. If we can just get to 1, which I think will happen at exactly 4,000 employees, then we can start importing merchant marine, which will remove the shortage and fix everything. Oh, we got +1 weekly trades. Wait, I have 0% world market access. Oh. Okay, let's actually stop subsidizing this because I think the 0% world market access is gonna make it not work actually. Yeah, okay, so I guess I need to invent navigation, which unfortunately tech spread is not getting me to in order to get world market access, unless I can get transit rights. I don't think there's anyone who'd give me transit rights though. Hmm. Oh, maybe I can get transit rights through Portugal. Hmm. I wonder if there's anyone who would take a goods transfer of a little bit of fruit. The UK might actually. Hmm. But the UK kind of hates me. It's unfortunate. We need transit rights so we can get world market access. Or we just need to get navigation, really. UK's involved in a pretty big war right now, so it's our best opportunity to go invade Transvaal and stuff. Also, I'm thinking I should start building up my army again. Yeah, because I want to try to invade Portugal, kind of. That would be good to connect up all this stuff. I don't know. It's going to kind of be pretty tough to get down to the techs we need in military, like Admiralty. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of research. I'm going to try to get military access through Portugal. We have a 35% chance. If they say no, we can do a treaty with them to get them to hopefully accept. If they do say no. Okay, so what I'm going to do is max goods transfer, max money transfer, and then do a goods transfer of 1 wood. And yeah, this is pretty much the best treaty we can do, I think. Oh, they don't like this? Hmm. Okay. Huh. They no longer like the wood. What else can we reasonably do? Hmm. I guess I could give them Zulu Zambezia. That would work. We don't really care about Zulu Zambezia that much. Definitely would prefer not to give it up, though. Apparently, if I give Portugal military access and money transfer, then it gets counted as the, like, +30 from equal exchange. Without the money transfer, it doesn't do this. Um, okay. I guess that works. Nice. Keep conquering construction sectors from people that I have to delete. Anyways, I should be able to station my army so that I can invade into, like, Angoche. Yeah, once they arrive in the Zand HQ, surely that's close enough? Is it really not? What? That's not close enough? Wow. Maybe forced march will give us just that little bit of extra speed we need. No, it's not quite fast enough, apparently. That's unfortunate. After romanticism, I'm gonna go for bureaucracy and decentralization, because yeah, we really need to get some bureaucracy going, and you basically can't get any without centralization. We kind of need navigation as well. Hmm. Maybe it's yeah, I think it's actually more rush worthy to go Admiralty. Apparently Britain is a republic. That's interesting. Huh. They have a royalist revolt. I think this is pretty good for us that Britain got in the revolt this early. Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna conquer Griqua land, because I guess Britain being in that revolt and being a republic means they don't really care about Griqua land right now. I am currently rushing like navigation and stuff, so I would like to pass something that I could get the armed forces to approve of, but apparently like nothing exists so that I can get the armed forces. Okay, what I can actually do, pass pro army for just a tick, go high military wages, and then cancel. And this should leave me with the plus 10% military research speed. I'm gonna try to get trade rights instead, or transit rights, I mean. No, they don't accept that renegotiation? Kind of just hoping we could get a renegotiation for that because we can't really use the military access for what I was hoping we could. Oh, now this is a lot more acceptance. Okay, let's go for that. Transit rights. Now my trade centers can get subsidized and hopefully have world market access. Yes, we have world market access. Yes. Yes, it's a miracle. We can finally do trading. And that should mean we can start exporting fruit soon enough after we're done just importing merchant marine. I guess we have to wait for the trade capacity shortage penalty to go away. Really, we're trying to import tobacco? I'm gonna put a tariff on that. Yeah, we're exporting a good amount of fruit now, and that's pretty profitable. Yeah, very good. That's gonna make oh yeah, no, our GDP really didn't skyrocket as much as I thought it would. Huh. I guess we're not actually, the trade center isn't demanding enough for it to like move the price at all. Okay. I guess we need to build more trade center levels then. Oh, now I can invade Winburg. That's this region pretty much unified except for Cape Colony. That's pretty nice. After this, I guess I'll probably have to go for Zanzibar as my next place to try to declare wars in. Hmm. We are, yeah, we have the negative 100% bureaucracy right now, which is pretty unfortunate. Not much we can really do about that if we want to, go navigation. I guess I'm not going to go admiralty. I'm going to go bureaucracy after this. Because, yeah, running negative 100% bureaucracy is not good. Oh, our rural folk are demarginalized. Oh, actually, they got demarginalized a while ago. I should have realized this sooner. Okay, let's bring the rural folk in government. Start passing agrarianism. Negotiate the armed forces for political concessions. Now, bring in the church. We could bring in every... Okay, let's do this. No, the church don't want to negotiate. Okay, let's take out the rural folk. Now the church will negotiate. Get political concessions. Pretty good political concessions luck. Now, do we want to put the rural folk back in? I don't know. Miners only have 30% stall, so I think I'm kind of fine with just trying to roll with it on negative 50% enactment time or whatever. Yeah. Gonna go deck for Zanzibar. It's not ideal, but we gotta do something. So I'll try to conquer Zanzibar. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a navy going so we can actually do some naval invasions. You can see the GDP as the trade centers have finally started to export good amounts of fruit. Yeah, GDP is like doubled. Unequal treaties, I guess I'll owe an obligation to Austria. I'm gonna cancel subsidizing the trade center because, yeah, that was costing me a good amount of money. And with all this bureaucracy deficit, we cannot really afford to be spending a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing we had like so much gold reserve saved up from running huge positive balances, I guess. Came in kind of helpful there. I got navigation, so I'm gonna build up a port in Zululand now, which will be pretty good. Now I'm going for bureaucracy. We could go for admiralty, but I want to have bureaucracy, I think. Apparently my port needs clippers. I'm gonna max import submerged clippers instead of merchant marines now. And then I'll subsidize the port. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. Success chance is kind of bad right now because we got minus 25% from events. I'm gonna bring in the row folk. We've already got some plus enactment time stuff, so it's like not gonna affect our enactment time that badly. Yeah, let's do this. And hopefully pass agrarianism successfully. And we're on the final tick. So it could happen this tick or anytime soon. I mean, we got a 59% advance chance right now, so that's very solid. Okay. I'm gonna start building some government administrations. Because yeah, I finally unlocked bureaucracy. Now I'm going for admiralty, and then I guess I'll go for like centralization. I do want to start heading towards colonization as well, I guess. The government administrations are working! I'm getting bureaucracy, at least a little bit. They can't fully employ. I guess we don't have enough aristocrats. Even if you try to get off of hereditary bureaucrats, but it's probably gonna be really hard to get off of hereditary bureaucrats. Yeah. Trying to get Admiralty, because that'll let us finally start doing some naval invasions. We can invade Tungi, we can get to Oman through that and stuff. Agrarianism is here! Nice. Now we can like build some construction sectors actually. Yeah, we can build maybe like 3. We got 7k pause balance plus 9k investment pool. That's pretty good. Um, hmm. Looks like we can't really change any more laws. Yeah, well these laws aren't too bad for now. Just got Admiralty. I'm gonna deck Congo. And it's time to start building up some frigates so we can actually do naval invasions. 'Cause yeah, it's tough having to declare wars that we can't actually fight, but we'll finally be able to fight them. Going for naval invasion on Ingoche, because they don't even have an army. Okay, next I'm gonna grab 2 troops. Uh, these are veterans, so that's good. Move selected. Oh, I need to wait for org. Let's bring the 20 stack back to our mainland. Yeah, that's going to be important for defending that naval invasion anyway, I guess. And then this stack will slowly get org. Apparently this is like connected or something. Like the troops aren't spending convoys for supply routes. I don't know. But once this troop gets org, we'll naval invade Tungi. And then we're going to get into Zanzibar from there. Okay, now I'm going to naval invade Tungi. So we can get into Zanzibar. Oh, my fleet got defeated. No. Maybe I can get military access through Portugal. Maybe. Um, no, seemingly not really. Unless I could get this obligation to go away. Don't think I can. They don't like me very much. I guess, oh, they've got pursuing defending the borders. Yeah, that's not ideal for me. I had a supply problem on my navy. I just subvented the import of military ships. And now our navy should hopefully be strong enough that we can actually defeat the Omani navy. Yeah, they only have 8 naval power projection actually. Okay. So I should be able to win. Except my navy hasn't repaired. 70% repaired right now, apparently. Maybe I should wait out its repair. I could also just hire a new admiral for it. But then that would probably split it in half, so let's actually just wait for the repair. Okay, naval invasion of Tungi again. France offers me quite the treaty here. I don't know about that treaty. We could actually get trade privileges with France. I mean, that's not like nothing. I don't think I want to do that though. I don't know what we want to do. We probably don't want to sign a treaty with France, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think we do want to sign anything with France. I mean, we could get some money from them, potentially. It's not a whole lot, though. I mean, giving people investment rights is generally good, especially if you have, like, bananas, I think. Or maybe not when you have bananas, because they might build you good bananas. Yeah, maybe we don't want to give people investment rights, actually. Apparently my navy got defeated. Huh. That's surprising. How did that happen? I don't know. I'm very confused how my navy got defeated. We're gonna hire a new general, and surely this time our navy will simply be better. Okay, we're winning the first naval battle. That's good. We still have one more fleet we have to deal with. Okay, well, we still need time for our org to go up, really, so it's fine. Okay, we're defeating the Tungi Navy. I did not realize Tungi had a navy. I thought we were just fighting the Omani Navy. Okay, good. We're winning the first land battle as well. Oh, I got shaft mining. This is amazing. Now I can actually build iron mines. Yes. Okay. Once we get colonization, I can finally start heading for like Atmo engine. We're only 20 years behind like terrible tech countries, but you know, it's fine. Okay, we're just getting Zanzibar, and I guess Oman is just keeping their army in the HQ because they're too scared of naval invasions. That doesn't quite seem very intelligent, but I mean, you know, sure, if you want to do that, you can do that, Oman, I guess. If they didn't do this, I guess we would move our army over here, but they're doing this, so yeah. Okay, nice. Big expansion of Zulu, up to 3.8 million GDP now. And start incorporating these states. They are 15-year incorporation, unfortunately, but it's fine. Oh, this one's 10-year. That's good. My government dividend efficiency is so bad because of my lack of bureaucracy. Yeah, I actually need to delete construction sectors just because, like, we don't have the government dividends efficiency that we need. I'm gonna build up government administrations, but we need to like build them up in different states because we don't have. Oh wait, we have filing cabinets? Oh, we got centralization. Oh, okay. filing cabinets. Let's not build more government administrations. Instead, let's maximum subvent the import of paper, and let's build a paper mill. Oh, the tsunami from the Dutch East Indies has happened. This is pretty unfortunate because that does actually hit some of our stuff over here. Yeah, actually, like all of our coast gets hit with this pretty bad penalty of negative 14% MAPI, negative 14% infrastructure, plus 14% mortality. And it's less intense, I guess, throughout most of our country, but yeah, it's not great. I'm going to start enacting colonial exploitation, because I do want to start colonizing, like especially in Tanzania, so we can get over to this Buganda area, because there is quite good resources in this area for us to be getting. Economy is sort of stagnating. Unfortunately, our fruit exports aren't going too well, because we're kind of getting a lot of competition in the world market from like Mexico and stuff. Yeah, they're like making a ton of fruit, which is a pretty big problem for us. Uh, yeah, everyone's exporting fruit to the British, unfortunately. And I couldn't get like trade privileges in Britain. So, yeah, they really hate me. Hmm. I might end up becoming a British subject, actually. They are domineering. Becoming a British subject actually seems like a really good thing for me right now. Maybe I should try to become a British subject. I'm at 0 infamy. Let me just declare an expel diplomats, conquer Galeti. And yeah, we might consider trying to become a British subject here. I mean, it's just gotta be what's best to do right now. Conquer Majertine. Nice. We own British Somalia now. Or no, I guess this is Italian Somalia. Sorry, not British Somalia. Can't be getting the wrong Somalia. I guess I'll take the colony growth speed. Although our colony growth speed is still gonna be pretty awful because yeah, I don't think we have a homeland in Tanzania. I don't think Zulu has many homelands. Actually, I think the only homeland we have at the start is, yeah, Transvaal. So I guess we should colonize Transvaal first. Yeah, that's going to make the most sense. And then we'll eventually get quinine. It's going to take a minute. I will probably stop Atmo engine at 10k and then go for Lathe. I think that's reasonable. We get an enlightened royalist on our landowner and on our heir. Okay. Where do we have Swahili? There it is. Interesting. It's just on the coast here. Guess that technically is low enough acceptance for that to qualify. I guess it must be because we're on like subjecthood. The base acceptance for cultures is so low because it is an African culture. Oh, I got colonial exploitation. I should start colonizing into Transvaal. Yeah, and then I will also start conquering Harar. Or wait, oh, Ottomans are kind of close to joining that. I don't love that at all. Hmm. Could like make tributary. The thing is, I want to get to Tigray because they have really, really high GDP. But maybe we just can't really do that right now. And I guess that's fine. Yeah. I think I've decided I want to avoid becoming a subject of a foreign power this game. Um, yeah. Ideally. I mean, it's still very possible Britain just declares a subject war, but I want to try to stay away from it because, I don't know. I've done it a lot in my previous runs as a African country, and so we gotta have one where we actually just stay independent the whole time, and then eventually give all of Africa its independence. I don't think I can unify it without becoming a subject, but at least we can release all of the African colonizers, right? I'd love to leapfrog on that proportional, but I don't think that that's too reasonable, right? Yeah, I don't think I hmm. I think it's better to go per capita. Yeah, we'll go per capita taxation. Okay, I think it makes some sense to stay for proportional, but I'm gonna go for per capita here. Oh, we have a modernization movement. This will let us go from per capita to proportional. Okay, that's good. I've got the steelworking tech, so I should actually start doing sawmills. We have a decent amount of tools. Yeah, we can maybe do all of this to sawmills. Should probably build a tooling workshop, though. Yeah, I'll build up another tooling workshop. I should do some raw iron tools. Yeah. Wrought iron tools. We gotta start upgrading our PMs. It's gonna be tough, but we can get a real economy going. Iron prices are now through the roof. Yeah, I need to get iron prices under control. Apparently, Animus Devout is be fruitful and multiply, so I'm actually gonna go for political concessions here, because yeah, I want to get that be fruitful and multiply modifier. Oh yeah, I did get the international relations tech, which is what was requiring, which is what was limiting me from declaring rivalries. Now I can actually get a decent amount of influence from declaring a ton of rivalries, and then I should use that to improve relations with some people. Yeah, that's gonna be useful. I'm gonna go level 2 colonial affairs so that we can start colonizing more. Once we're done with Transvaal, I want to do Northern Cape, and then of course we got lots of stuff to colonize over here, which will be good. Okay, Harar, or yeah, Ottomans are now -1 or -81 to joining Harar, so we should be safe. Go for Harar, and then eventually Tigray for that good old 2.5 million GDP. Tigray joined this war, so we're gonna conquer them. Oh, we got Atmo engine. Nice. I should make some coal mines here. Yeah, that's gonna be good. We really need railways. Yeah, because I'm running into big infra problems here in Ikwa or Transvaal. It'd be very nice if we could not have infra problems. Oh, the Enlightened Royalist is already my king? Hmm, interesting. I don't think it's really useful because, we don't have human rights, and neither are we anywhere near it. I'm getting two different slave revolt movements right now, which is interesting. Both at like 10% support. Don't really know what we do about this. Maybe we try to pass. Oh yeah, we can get a good amount in law negotiations here, which will make this a lot better. We're getting really lucky with political concessions this game. I should probably take out the rural folk from government so we get a lot more legitimacy. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm very happy with 50% success, 31% stall. Only thing with banning slavery is, yeah, that's gonna be pretty awful for our economy. Because our economy is pretty dependent on bananas, but honestly, we can just double the amount of banana plantations and it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I think. I'm gonna upgrade all my units to line infantry because I want to try to become an unrecognized major power so we can get recognition kind of soon here. So I'm thinking like conscripting as much stuff as possible and then trying to go for unrec major. I think we can hit it. We're pretty close. Somehow Hyderabad is independent from India. That is quite strange. Hmm. I do not know how Hyderabad managed to get independent. Interesting. Well, it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm just building up bananas as we get ready to lose access to our violent treatment. Unfortunately, it's going to mean a lot less bananas, which is going to be pretty sad. But there's not a whole lot we can do about it, I think. I mean, technically, we can just stay on slave trade, but I think that's not a good idea. Oh, we got slavery banned. Oh, and we got earning recognition. Great. Oh wow, we could even get peaceful recognition, actually. Huh. That's interesting. We could get peaceful recognition. Shouldn't I be getting... Oh no, this is GDP, not GDP per capita, right? Okay. So we could get peaceful recognition, actually. Hmm. How many great powers could I get embassies from? Like, could I get an embassy from the UK? Hmm. Hmm. Maybe. Trying to think who else we could maybe do. France? Hmm. Okay, I think maybe we can get peaceful recognition, which would be nice. Or actually, what I should do is like start colonizing somewhere. Oh, but I don't have quinine, right? Hmm. It does kind of limit my ability to fake colonize to get the AI to be willing to accept non-colonization agreements in exchange for recognition. I'm gonna try to go for peaceful recognition. So that means I want to go landed voting, which means we need to bring the intelligentsia into government. Uh, Actually, we can't make an intelligentsia government legitimate. Hmm. We're like one legitimacy away from being able to make an intelligentsia government that is legitimate. That is pretty unfortunate. Because going landed voting makes a lot of sense, I think, here. Because we get like +1 from having a voting law. But I guess we need to wait a little bit for that. Or maybe we can just promote some landowner generals or something. That might be enough. Let's try to just promote a landowner general and see if that can get me just enough clout. Is that not going to affect the... Okay, there we go. Can we please... Yes, 15 legitimacy. So, very low taxes. Now we're at 25. We can go landed voting. Now we can go back to this government and hopefully negotiate with our church. Okay, we can maybe get to 9.6 SOL. And then political concessions. And then I guess I should go for some sort of embassy from someone. Is there any chance I can get an embassy from... Well, France is probably the person we have the most chance of getting an embassy from. So, let's go for a French embassy. The question is, do we want to pay the French for an embassy? Or do we want to give them monopolies? Maybe we can get some goods transfers. I think goods transfers could make some sense. What do the French have? They have some guns. They don't want to give me guns. Can I give them fruit? Do they want fruit? Maybe they want a little bit of fruit. No, they don't want fruit at all. They really hate getting fruit. Wow. They do want tools, though. The tool price is higher. I'll give them a few tools. Do I want to offer them 7,500 a week, though? That's like a lot of money. I could give them monopolies instead, is the idea, right? I think monopolies probably just makes more sense. Okay, it's unfortunate to give the French investment rights, but we gotta do it. Okay, 50% chance of them accepting that? Great. Get our extra recognition point from that. Now, I should declare some interest in places so we can get more countries potentially. This. Check out what the other great powers think of us. Our relations are not good, but they're also not bad. Actually, Austria we have good relations with, sort of. So maybe there's a chance we can get an Austrian embassy or something. We'll see. Draft treaty. Offer embassy. They actually like trade privileges in us, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. Fruit they don't want. Tools they want, but they've got kind of high tool price. We can give them a couple tools. Goods transfer to us. They'll give me luxury clothes. That's +4 acceptance. That's nice. I will promise them a little bit of money, I guess, like 1,000. Let's go with that treaty. Great. I don't know why my balance is so awful right now. What is wrong? Am I making like no money? I'm confused. Oh, no, what? It's not. I'm so confused. And like military is getting more expensive, of course, but like not that much more expensive. Huh. Okay. I guess it's fine. Okay, now we're getting +3 a month. Ideally, we get voting law through, and then we're getting +4 a month, and then we get in like a couple years. I've gone under 40% literacy, which isn't ideal. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Don't like to be going under 40% literacy. Oh, I should got railways. I should really build up some railways. I should put Zululand at the top, and then Ikwa second. Something like that, I think. Makes sense. Yeah. Really want to get Zululand Railway. Let's subsidize railways. Gonna need it. Okay, land voting gets us back to getting 3 a month. Hopefully we can get up to 40% literacy again. Okay, yeah, we got literacy back up, so now we're getting 4 a month, which is very, very good for progress. That means it's gonna be like 2.5 years left. Okay, we get recognition from the French, which is very nice. We're now a minor power instead of unrecognized minor power, or unrecognized regional power. This also gives us the completion of the struggle for the High Veld, which gives us a couple of claims. It means I guess I can start colonizing here, and in Cape Colony, actually. Didn't even realize that was a split state, really. I guess that's a good place to colonize because it doesn't have malaria. Don't you want me to put the rural folk in government? Okay. I'm gonna immediately kick them out, though. What do we want to pass next? Probably want to get on to... Oh yeah, we got a modernizer on our and landowners, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna start using that modernizer to pass. Um, let's see, right to associate, and then from here we'll probably move on to interventionism or something, or proportional taxation ideally. Let's actually research egalitarianism next. Now that I'm recognized, the infamy cost for this is so much lower. It's like half. So nice. Yeah, we're getting negative 50% from them being an unrecognized power. Before, this would have been canceled out by us getting like plus 50% for being an unrecognized power. I'm gonna try to buy Zambezia from Portugal so that we can get a connection to our stuff over here that's land. Also, I'm really hoping we don't get secessions here because we're kind of close to incorporating these states. Yeah, now we don't have to pay port connections because it's actually just connected. I mean, technically it doesn't look connected, but since this is a split state, it can go across that. You can rig the election, but I don't think there's really a reason because all the other parties are getting so few votes anyway. I doubt rigging the election in their favor would do all that much. So maybe we could maybe rig the election in favor of the Liberal Party a significant amount, but I mean, how much political strength is this giving? It's giving, is this 4,000 political strength? No, 300,000 political strength. Which is probably very little, right? Yeah, that's not like super substantial. So I think I'm just gonna get the electoral confidence boost to get our legitimacy up. I think that's gonna be the best thing to do. Okay, we need to do like this to make the secessions not trigger. Please, cultural exclusion, please. I don't want to have to deal with civil wars, but I think I'm gonna have to deal with some, unfortunately. I just realized I'm on very low taxes. Okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be on very low taxes. That's a little bit of a mistake. Okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. Shouldn't have been on very low taxes. We got an uprising, unfortunately. We need to hope Amhara. Oh, Amhara's getting an uprising. Oh, it might have been a little bit slow enough. No, not quite. That's so sad. Dang. That's a lot of incorporation time wasted. I'm gonna start building up the gold mines. Probably should have built up more gold mines earlier, right? That would make sense. But I didn't think about it, you know? Yeah, I probably should have built up gold mines. It's unfortunate we have to start incorporating Gondar again. It was kind of close to incorporating. I'm gonna go up to religious schools too. The extra education access is gonna be pretty nice. I'm gonna start going for quinine now so that we can actually get into Central Africa here eventually. Gotta colonize. Right now our colonization speed is pretty slow. I mean, it'd be faster if we were only colonizing in like one place, I guess. Maybe I should just try to finish one of these colonies instead of working on all three, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. I mean, no, I should actually pause my colonies, because I got colonization rights on Swana, so I should utilize that while like, oh, no, I don't want to pause that one. I'm gonna pause this one. And then this one should go a lot faster and utilize its Swana colonization rights. I'm gonna go up to high taxes because I want the money. Also, let's put on a tobacco consumption tax. Actually, can I get a little... Let's stop road maintenancing in a couple of states so I get authority to consumption tax fruit as well. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty profitable. Good, 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 good. With all that money, we can invest in a lot more construction and maybe some universities as well. I would like to get universities going so I can get human rights earlier or something. Okay, we need to start building up some universities now, I think. Uh, Zanzibar will do, I think. What's our literacy right there? Yeah, it looks pretty solid. How many academics do we have? 27,000? Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, I'm gonna build up 20 universities to start out with. Looks like my timing for quinine is pretty good because we're about to finish colonizing Cape Colony, so that means only Eastern Cape is left as we are getting pretty close to researching quinine. Yeah. Gonna annex Shewa to finish off Ethiopia, and we're losing to Congo, so I don't know why that's happening. I guess somehow they don't have a war goal against us. But what I can actually do, I think, is put an army over here in Congo HQ and try to land invade them. Hopefully it'll be a close enough distance that it will let us invade them. It's because we have our alliance with Portugal, which I will cancel after we can do that invasion. We're finishing off the Congo. Nice. Like to see it. Unfortunately, we can't get these countries, but that doesn't matter too much. I will withdraw from my alliance with Portugal. And I think I'll just recreate it after taking another state from them. Um, so the question is, do you want to take Mozambique to try to cut them off from doing all their colonization over here? Or we could try to take something like Casablanca, which wouldn't cut them off. I think I want to take Casablanca. Yeah. Okay, it's 120 actually, so that might be a little bit tougher, but I think we can still do it. Hmm. This is plus 15 acceptance, plus 15 acceptance. Huh. Okay, maybe we actually can't get 120. Yeah, we kind of need more stuff. We can give them like trade centers. I guess we can't get Casablanca, so maybe, or is all the states 120? Huh. They all are 120. Maybe we have to wait for the obligation to get another state from them then. Yeah. I'm gonna go for public health insurance. That'll be very good. We're gonna need a lot of government administrations for that, I guess. Yeah. Start building up government administrations in like Gondar, I guess. Or actually, we do not have the qualifications for that. Guess I need to build them in like somewhere. I need to build them up in Zanzibar. Got a lot of radicals here in Zanzibar, unfortunately. We're just barely over, I guess. But it does still be a bit of a problem. I guess I'll do violent suppression in Zanzibar to try to deal with the radicalism a little bit. Just got quinine. Oh, and we finished our colony in Eastern Cape. That's great. All right, I'll start colonizing Tanzania. Portugal's colonizing this too right now, but we'll try to get in on the colonization as best as we can. I guess, am I ready to fight Britain or, I mean, am I ready to fight the Ottomans for Egypt? I don't know. I'm gonna buy Mozambique from Portugal. I'm promising to not colonize Zanj, as well as some of their stuff. I guess we don't really need to give them military assistance. And then this will also give us an alliance, meaning we can conquer over to Caragwe and get all that stuff. But my plan is to pause this colony, because it's not going to do anything since it's in a non-colonization agreement, and instead I'm going to colonize in Equatoria to hopefully get a connection down here. And yeah, I did declare a war against Marina Kingdom, so we're still going to be in some wars after this, but we should at least get a good start on finishing some of our wars by finishing off all of the countries over here. Marina Kingdom is a little bit tough because they actually have a decent amount of troops. Yeah. Apparently we're too far to naval invade Caragwe, which is, yeah, really weird. I would not think that. It looks really close, but apparently it is somehow not close enough. And I don't think, like, if we go to Zand HQ, it goes here, and it's not close enough here. Wait, what? I'm able to just renegotiate immediately? That's weird. It's actually not that helpful. I guess I can remove these. Oh, but we have the renegotiation penalty. Okay, that doesn't matter too much, I guess. Because we can't renegotiate to add a state. It looks like Equatoria is going to get us into Binyoro and stuff faster anyway, though. Yeah, we can put troops up in the Nile HQ, and we should get into Binyoro pretty soon. I'm going to build up another 20 universities to get more research speed, because, yeah, our research speed is still not great right now. Oh, here we are with the Binyoro front. We can go over there, and then push into all the other countries over here slowly. Yeah, we just need to be ready. The front splitting is going to be our problem, because, yeah, the fronts are going to split a pretty large amount. Okay, let's... Yeah, I'm going to try to keep pushing for Bunyara, because they did colonize this. We're not quite out of their whole country. I think I'll be able to push through their country before we get pushed out. Maybe not, actually. Okay, looks like we are going to have to do a... No, we got it. Okay, good. We did not have annex country war goal, so they get to keep living there, but it doesn't matter as much. Now, Ankole is probably going to be a bit of a problem here. Let's split formation. Put some troops over there. I don't know if we arrive on time, really. Probably not, right? Oh, we actually do. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm now gonna slowly work my way down into the rest of this stuff. I didn't split my army into three, so I'm hoping we can deal with ankle real quick. Okay, we got ankle. Good. So now we should be safe. Good. I'm gonna go Colonial Affairs 5, or Colonial Affairs 3. I'm also upgrading the health system and stuff. Getting health system 3 will be nice, because that should mean we hit enough SOL for +1 SOL on the vast majority of our pops. So much stuff to liberate from the Europeans. They own so much land. This is not allowed. I'm gonna go for proportional tax. Um, I think I can hit 9.8 SOL. Yeah. And then armed forces, no. It's fine. We don't need much more support. We already have really good odds on prop tax. I just think maybe we could get some good stuff. Yeah, let's land invade Dinka. If we colonize Equatoria, we can get to Darfur, actually, which is pretty nice. The Europeans have colonized a lot of Africa this game. Yeah, like Sokoto already full annex and stuff. More than usual, I feel like. Portugal created Portuguese East Africa over here, which is interesting. Portugal now is not interested in the non-colonization agreement, so we can renegotiate our treaty into just some random nonsense, because they didn't like that treaty anyway. And then we can sign a new treaty now. We could try to buy Portuguese East Africa. That might be too big, though. Instead, let's just try to buy, like, Casablanca, because that will actually be pretty useful for getting into, like, Messina and stuff. And it's just, like, a pretty big state. We can do, like, this. I guess they're not going to want any more non-colonization agreements, probably. But we can give them 7,500 a week. And then we get pretty good odds at buying Casablanca. They actually say no. We can give them investment rights and then a company monopoly on trade centers. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Take another state from the Portuguese, just, diplomatically. Better than having to war them for it, I guess. Portugal's our greatest ally. My first company, I think I'm just going to set up generic minerals, give it coal, iron, do I want to give it sulfur? I mean, I don't think we even have any sulfur in our country, right? Let's check out the sulfur map mode. Yeah, there's like no sulfur. Oh, actually, we have sulfur in Senegal, so maybe it's fine, because we did just conquer Senegal, or buy it. Okay, I'll give a monopoly on this as well. Got philanthropy, so that's going to let us hit the 10 SOL. Nice. I almost want to cancel passing prop tax so I can take this plus 20% for passing multiculturalism, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, we could, I think it would be kind of reasonable, but I'm just going to take it right now. Yeah, basically 100% success on prop tax. Prop tax is here. What is next? I guess, like, interventionism is next? Yeah, sure, I'll pass interventionism. I imagine we don't have manor house. I mean, manor houses are our largest source of reinvestment, but I think I'm just going to go interventionism now. Yeah. And that way, long term, we don't have to deal with the negative capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency. I got level 3 colonial affairs. So now I should be able to start. Yeah, I'm going to start a second colony. I'll just unpause this colony, I mean. Yeah. Build up some troops because I want to try to invade Egypt or something soon. We need some more invasions. Okay, that's a little bit too much troops. Yeah, I want to be able to invade some people. And we're going to need more troops to do that. Egypt and stuff. We'll need more troops. Currently just invading these countries because they're the only ones we can really easily get to at this point. The Europeans have colonized too much. We need to fix this injustice. We're not quite strong enough yet, though. Like, what's my GDP compared to the Europeans? I mean, we have about as much GDP as Austria. We're the 11th GDP in the world right now, which isn't terrible, but it's not as good as it could be. How's Austria's construction? We're at 256, so very close to us. We're so behind on tech, unfortunately. Currently going for dialectics, as well as psychiatry spreading, so we can hopefully get human rights a little bit less ahead of time penalty, because yeah, the ahead of time penalty is really bad right now. Wow, Belgium did really good this game. 40 million GDP Belgium is kind of insane. What? I wonder how they did so good. Oh, they're in the French bloc. But it doesn't even. Oh no, it's a trade league, so yeah, it gets a customs union. Guess that's probably why they're doing so good. Oh, we got our connection to Darfur from the colonization of Equatoria. Equatoria is now finished colonizing. Um, I'll go for Rift Valley next, I guess. That'll make the connection here a little bit more real instead of having to go like all the way around and stuff. Yeah, I got human rights. That's nice. Um, Maybe next I should try to go for like breech loading artillery because that's going to be useful for winning wars. But what we want to work on now is multiculturalism. Nice, the devout will help us with multiculturalism, making it honestly a pretty easy law. We can even negotiate the landowners. Um, okay, well none of these are actually good proposals. I really need multiculturalism so I can hopefully get some more migrants into places like Transvaal because yeah, we're not the best right now in terms of strength. Could definitely do with a bit more. Trying to think. Maybe we can beat Egypt. Hmm. I could try to create a power block at this point. Our treaty with Portugal is about to go unbinding, and then I think I want to ally someone. Yeah, it's or else withdraw from our treaties. And I think I want to ally with like Austria. Yeah, they're -5 to an alliance. I think long-term Germany is probably a better ally, but for now I'm gonna go with Austria. Sign that treaty. 55% odds they accept. They do decline, unfortunately. Okay, I'll just give them like 1500. That's not enough. Oh, they don't like trade privileges in me anymore or something. I'm not sure if that's actually the exact cause. Let's try adding in more conscripts. That's pretty likely to convince them to change their mind, I think. Yeah, now the alliance is positive, so now we're good. Do this. Grabbed a 25 stack with 13 line infantry and 12 lancers. I'm gonna naval invade Madagascar with it. Looks like the north is the capital, so that's the part we want to naval invade. They have more troops than we have, but their troops have low org. So we have a chance, I think. Also, lancers have pretty good offense. Yeah, I think we should maybe win. It's gonna be pretty close. Let's go extra supplies just to make our victory a little bit more likely. We won our first battle for the capital, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna win the rest now pretty easily because they're not at as big of a manpower advantage anymore. King of the Zulus. We can get sovereign of the nation with multiculturalism? Really? I'm surprised. Okay. Okay, we can now annex the Marina Kingdom. Nice. I need more bureaucracy. I guess I'll build up some in... Oh, but we don't, like, have qualifications in Gondar. Where do we have qualifications and decent amount of pops? Maybe Somalia? Yeah, maybe Somalia. But I don't know how many aristocrats we have here. Yeah, not many. Zanzibar, I guess I can build up a bit more. But this also apparently is lacking aristocrats now. Zulu, we can build up some more government administrations in. Most of Egypt is going to be 25-year incorporation for us, I think. Yeah, except for everything like south of here, I guess we can probably incorporate. But I think what's going to be better, I'm just going to transfer Egypt from the Ottomans. And we can hopefully get Austria on our side as well. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty big war, but this is our first great war against a great power, I guess. Yeah, the Ottomans are a great power. We should be able to beat them, though, especially with Austria on our side, which we should hopefully be able to get, especially if we can pass multiculturalism here. Yeah, please just pass multiculturalism. No. Okay. 13,000 to gov expenses is not, like, huge. I mean, it's only 5,000 extra to gov expenses, I guess. I'm gonna do this. Then can we bring, like, these guys in government? Or no, not really. Let's bring them in government just for a second to try to pass, or try to get these guys on our side. Let's do that real quick. -33. Okay, let's actually just leave the conservatives for a second. Now we can call Austria for regime change in Egypt. Sure, we'll do that. And then we can go back to a government like this. I want free trade party in because immediately after we get multiculturalism, I want to go for no migration controls. I can also get the industrialists to help us out with political concessions. Multiculturalism, nice. No migration controls. Devout do not want to negotiate for this. Maybe if I do lower taxes and get the trade unions on my side. Uh, hmm. Do not want to give nativist labor regulations, really. I'm thinking this would just help a little bit, but no, it's not gonna help enough. Okay, what we need to do is like go with this government to get as much. Okay, this actually is best, I guess. Yeah, okay. Great. Um, sure, we can pass free trade next. Yeah, that's good. Now we have a 56% success chance on no migration controls. I got my first mass migration of Liberian pops. I was I kept my thing on very low taxes on accident. Oops. Yeah, I think we did that for legitimacy, but then I didn't realize we were just still on it. Oops. I'm going for education 3, and I'm gonna start replacing some of my social mobility decrees, or all my social mobility decrees, with like greener grass decrees. I think we really want to get more pops go into our good states. I guess maybe Tanzania it should actually benefit more from a social mobility decree right now because it's not incorporated yet. We want to get its literacy up. But for these states, we want to get them getting some pops in, especially because we're about to get no migration controls. It looks like we are getting a little bit of pops right now, which is good. Yeah, especially into Northern Cape. So maybe I should build that up a little bit. Also, I should probably work on swapping over my steel. We want to actually use these steel mills. I did make them for a reason. Yeah, let's go Bessemer process and start working on that. France is getting destroyed by Germany right now. They have an army power projection of 500. Wow. We got no migration controls. Nice. Now we can get mass migrations from cultures like Assamese. And of course, all sorts of other ones. Okay, yeah, I think I want to get tradition-free elections here. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go for free trade next, because we do have that, law commitment we did. Yeah. And if you do this, we get the liners to not be super mad at us. Oh, we won the war against the Ottomans. Nice. Egypt is now my protectorate. I should probably create a power block. I will create a religious convocation, I think. I think religious convocation makes some sense. Um, maybe not. Maybe it's making me too low of cohesion. I mean, we have a pretty strong church. Yeah, I'm gonna go religious convocation, sacred civics. I don't think divine economics is at all good. Yeah, because you just get more clergy pops. I guess it's kind of okay, but I don't think it's good. So yeah, we get sacred civics. Makes animist countries like us more. Not really that useful, I guess. Cohesion is trending towards 28 because we are a major power. We don't have super good cohesion. But that plus 5% birth rate is a nice little boost to our pop growth. Same as having a food company, essentially. And having a food company, I feel like is usually a pretty nice buff. Oh, India got its independence. That's pretty good. That means the UK is kind of weak at 150 million GDP right now. That's a lot higher than us right now, but it's not that much. It's not like impossibly high. I don't want to go for Cape Colony. We have our claims and stuff on it, so it would be nice. I probably would want to re-ally them instead of Austria, and then gonna go for Britain. So you need Piedmont. Wow, they're really big for being a minor power. Yeah, they own 2 Sicilies and everything. It's incorporated? Wow. Huh. They've not done much GDP growth at all, I guess. 'Cause, yeah, that's really surprising. They're a minor power. Because usually even 2 Sicilies alone can sometimes be a minor power or a major power. But this has Tuscany and Sardinia Piedmont as well. Oh, we got our first Bengal mass migration. That's probably going to be really big. We'll see. Not really, actually. I guess they don't actually have that many Marathi pops. I mean, no, they should have a lot of Marathis. They have 11 million Marathis. I want some of those Marathis. Come on, India. I'm gonna try to build up more army, because I think if we have a good amount of army, we actually stand a chance against the powers. We have maybe a strong enough GDP that we can build up a good enough army to beat them. Surely. It's just a matter of actually building it up. And then I guess I should actually go pro-army, because that'll help out a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna join Morocco. Yeah, let's try to help Morocco not get invaded by Spain. Well, I have an advantage on the main front, but it's pretty small. Yeah, we might end up having to wait for like Russia to capitulate out of this war or something. I don't know that. That seems like that's gonna take forever, but I think that might be our only real pathway. Yeah, they're sending a lot of troops over here. Oh, they're also trying to naval invade my capital? Okay, I'll raise troops for that. Oh, Austria joined against me as well? Dang, that's not good. Okay, actually, yeah, realistically, we cannot win this war. Let's just capitulate. Because, yeah, it's not worth fighting that. We can't win it. We need to fight wars that we can actually win. Which means fighting one great power at a time instead of three, probably. I'm trying to sign an alliance with the Germans right now. And then I'm looking if we can, like, invade Japan. Hmm. They're pretty close to being swayable. Germany has flipped cooperative. So we can now declare on Japan or liberate Ainu Mosir, and then call in Germany. Have a pretty good war against the UK, hopefully. We do just need to wait for hitting 21 escalation, I think. Kind of close. Come on. There we go, diplomatic maneuvers. Call in Germany with call ally. Alright. So Japan is pretty confident. As long as they don't mobilize, I think, until the war starts, we're going to be pretty solid. What we want to do, in terms of war goals, return Cape, conquer Botswana, Hero Land, and then liberate British Congo. Actually, what I will mobilize is some troops to defend this front, because it's going to take a while for our troops to get over there. Japan backs down. Do not like that at all. Wow, Germany has so much GDP. So I'm thinking we want to duck Portugal next. This is going to likely put us at war with both the UK and France. Which actually might be too much. What we might want to do is like quickly change our alliance to France. It seems kind of tough, but maybe there's a chance. Come on. Yeah, we like need to super quickly change our ally to France. Oh, UK joined the war before France at least. That's something. Okay, now we can try to ally France. Let's do like this. Okay. Now we have France allied, so they shouldn't join against us. Just UK and Austria. Great. Now, war goals. We want to liberate British Congo, conquer Botswana, conquer Hero Land, and then return South Africa. Great. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Now, yeah, this war is not great for us, especially because Germany's got to kind of focus on Austria at the start. But I think we have some chances to win this war. Okay, the war has begun. Trying to push here in British Congo to get the capital of Congo, and then we're also rapid advancing here in South Africa. Looks like we already occupied Eastern Cape, because yeah, the front advantage down here is pretty solid. So we should just put a push kind of everywhere. I'll try to put a strategic objective on like Namaka land, just try to battle there, because there's no battles happening there. Great, we got a battle happening there. Yeah, Britain's kind of getting destroyed down here, which is good, because yeah, we need to occupy pretty much all of the war goals if we want to make Britain start capitulating, because, they got so much fervor. Oh, and they have lobbies supporting the war against Germany, I guess. Um, yeah, they got a huge lobby supporting the war against Germany. So we're gonna need, probably we're gonna need Germany to capitulate before we can enforce, to be honest. Maybe not. They're actually getting quite a few casualties, so they are losing a decent amount of war support right now, despite not actually having all of the war goals occupied. We're still missing hero land right now. Austria's out of the war now. How's Germany doing in terms of capitulation? Okay, they're still at 70 war support, so they're good. Yeah, we're just trying to occupy hero land. We're not winning all the battles into hero land. It looks like this might be the final battle into hero land, so that's good. Yeah, after that, we just kind of need to hold instead of having to actually push. Although I would still like to push into Namaka land to make them less, um, make them not be able to allocate new troops to this front to push in easier. I think it's actually best for me to go defense because I'm getting too many casualties, and it's going to mean that once Portugal gets out of the war, I have a decent chance at capitulating. I don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to do nothing to make sure I don't get too many casualties to make that even more of a problem. UK war support's just gone below 0. So they're negative 82. We could not liberate British. Sorry, we don't actually want to humiliate. They're negative 62. Could I. Oh, there's a civil war in Cape Colony. Yeah, the problem is I don't really want to have to deal with. Okay, well, there's no like. Because this does still tinily border this. Unless. What if I roll for my colony to spawn there? Maybe I can do that. And then not take hero land? That could work, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Cape Colony, unfortunately, had this revolt, so we don't actually get their full thing. But it's fine. Yeah, now we just... Oh, Portugal has a claim there. Okay, well, that's going to stop UK from colonizing there too, I guess. Now we've got this Congo country, which is technically European primary cultures, but, it's good enough. We're not going to try to subjugate it or anything, I think. Cape of Good Hope is now just an independent country. Yeah, we'll do our return CB against them. Great. We're having big tax capacity issues. I should probably fix that. Yeah, especially there. Guess you have some more in other states though. Should get on these. Yeah, solve them. We want our pops to be paying taxes. I should undo this treaty we have with France because we don't actually want to ally France long term. Yeah, let's just give them like 150 money or something so that they will agree, and then we can re-add an alliance to our treaty with. Oh, but these ones don't really like alliances, right? So we're gonna need to give them more stuff if we want to get the alliance. Hmm. Let's see. What can we take? We can take a lot of steel. We can take oil. Okay, actually we just need to like get our conscripts up. I think there's no other way we can get Germany to accept because their minus is too big. Okay, now it's minus 84. That's maybe a bit more reasonable, especially since we're gonna get like way more value than normal, right? Yeah, 5 translates to like 15. So we get plus 10 from steel. Give them a company monopoly on railways? Sure. Now we get our alliance back. I'm gonna want to deck France soonish to like liberate Algeria and stuff. Oh yeah, we got machine steel tools. I should turn that on because yeah, we should have a lot of rubber. That is one of our advantages for being in Africa. It's a Congo civil war. I'm thinking we might be able to protectorate Congo if I join them in this war. And then that like, oh yeah, we're only one away. Maybe I can like take on their debt. Yeah, we can take on their debt. And now we can get them as a subject. Nice. That's a pretty big subject. We had like 12 million GDP before the Civil War happened. So yeah, definitely not a tiny subject or anything. I'm gonna go up to very high taxes because I want more money. Kind of broke. We've been sitting on this amount of construction for a while, but I would like to increase it. I'm gonna declare on France, I think. There's this war between France and Britain right now, but I think that's gonna keep going on for a lot longer, and I just want to fight France. I think Germany will be able to walk into the French capital. Maybe we can help them out a little bit. They got 30,000 power rejection? Yeah, that's absurd. Okay. I'm trying to think what war goals we actually want to do, because the thing is, yeah, go beer. I think we're fine to go for transfer French Senegal as our primary war goal. And then we will, unfortunately, since Tuat got liberated, we need to conquer Algeria because there's no liberation we can do for it. So, conquer Sahara, conquer East Sahara, and we'll call in Germany for a war goal of, sure, we'll give Germany Lorraine, and then we will liberate subject on French Niger, and then we will transfer Wadai, and I guess Dahomey. Yeah, I think that's their final subject here. So we'll do that. Great. And then I'll primary a few of these just to get a little bit less chance of them backing down because they are a little bit scared. So I would prefer to not have a back down since we already have had a back down in this run, right? I don't want to have more back downs happen, ideally. I guess I'll move one of my armies over to the HQ over here. I don't think we have convoys to move our entire army over. Maybe we actually do. No, we don't. For sure. Okay. Well, yeah, Germany's gonna try to defeat France and Belgium, and that's gonna be very good for us. Oh, Portugal joined the war. Okay, we will liberate Portuguese East Africa, I think. We could transfer Portuguese East Africa, I guess. That maybe makes a little bit more sense. I'm gonna transfer Portuguese East Africa to clean up the borders a little bit. Yeah, okay. France just backed down. Okay. Well, I guess that is what it is. We liberated that. Yeah, that's I mean, pretty good. Got Zulu Senegal now. Don't get Portuguese East Africa or anything, but we didn't lose that much infamy. I think we spent like 30 of the infamy on this, right? So yeah, we didn't waste a ton of infamy. Great. Oh, interesting. This country has now got native primary cultures, despite being a colonial administration. Hmm. Yeah, there's some weird stuff, I guess, here. I wonder why it has so many primary cultures. Can you get all of Africa primary culture this way? Hmm. The German Empire hates me for some reason. That's not very good. Hmm. Yeah, so like all the great powers hate me. Yeah, that's really bad. Huh. Okay, I guess I need to like delete the Lancers in my armies and replace them with shrapnel artillery so that we can stand a chance without the help of Germany. Because yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the help of Germany based on that. It's not looking great for our ability to get German help if they're so hostile against us. I'll try to improve relations again, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So we're going to have to do the rest of this on our own, which is going to be tough because the UK does have double our GDP, but I think we should be able to pull it off. Got my first principle finally, our first mandate. What do we want to go? Trying to think like construction or freedom of movement one or hmm. Construction one is probably pretty good. I'm gonna pick up construction one for that plus 10 state construction efficiency, because yeah, I think we got plenty of pops to employ up, so that extra construction efficiency will be pretty nice. Germany has declared a war against me, or they're currently declaring it. So I think this is probably a good opportunity to declare against Britain. You might think, what did that have to do with declaring against Britain? The answer is there's this war going on between Britain and Russia right now. Also, like, Germany's not going to land us, so we're going to have to keep our army mobilized to stop Germany, but like, we can fight another war at the same time, I think. So I'm going to declare my starting war goal as, I guess, conquer northern Cameroon. Then we will liberate British West Africa. Or I should not be primarying this stuff probably. Liberate Oyo. Um, Liberate British Senegal. Transfer British South Africa. Conquer Kordofan. Conquer British Zambia. I think that's all of Britain's stuff in Africa? No, in Liberia. We gotta transfer Liberia. I think it's 20 maneuvers to do this. Yeah, it is. So, transfer Liberia. That puts us at 93 infamy. But we have all of our war goals against Britain, so that's good. I'm gonna be kicking Britain out of Africa. Alright. Unfortunately, Zulu Congo has sided against me for independence. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. But I guess there's not much we can do about it. Right now, the fronts all look like good for us, which I guess makes sense because Britain probably has a decent amount of troops dedicated to stopping Spain. Yeah, we don't want to do these things. We're not going to enforce on Germany. We're going to have to hope to get a white peace eventually. The wars are going pretty well so far, I think. Yeah. I should hire more commanders really so we get the fronts to push faster because we have pretty good advantages on a lot of these fronts. Yeah. Trying to hold off German naval invasion in Senegal. Uh-oh. How are they just like don't have the penalty that they should have, I feel like. I don't know, they do have negative 81%, but they have enough pluses that it just like doesn't matter. So I guess I have to like dedicate my entire army to defending that then. Or else we're just kind of like doomed. Why do I have 30 org? I do not know why I have 30 org. But we do have 30 org. So that's not good. Hopefully Germany landing up here isn't going to be a huge problem. I don't necessarily know that it will be a huge problem, because as long as they can't, like, push into British Senegal, we should be fine, I think? I don't know. If we can keep occupation on British West Africa and British Senegal, then we're fine. Because they can't enforce on us with just Senegal. They need Madagascar and Darfur. They're winning that. Okay, let's split formation and get a bunch of troops to send over there. Okay, we got Guinea. The problem is... Wait, that's not even the capital. Where is the capital? Oh, we got the capital occupied? But the question is, will Germany simply be able to occupy that from us? And the answer might be yes. I don't actually know. I think we're holding off the invasions of our capital successfully from Germany. But the question is whether they'll stop us. Okay, so there's some troops here. I should probably try to naval invade Oyo. Yeah, that I think makes the most sense because their troops aren't that strong in Oyo. So we should be good to just naval invade Oyo. I'm gonna get a treaty with Borgu for military access because I think that will help us invade Oyo. Yeah, we can just do a land invasion because our naval invasion was not quite working. In fact, I should actually do this against Oyo instead of Dahomey. Yeah, that's gonna be better. I think Germany is not able to take over this land because there's like some sort of bug thing happening with Western Mali, and I think whenever they deoccupy us from these states, we like reoccupy it faster than they can deoccupy. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Like we've got more offensive troops than they or offensive generals than they do. And so we keep it in balance here because we're beating Britain faster than they can liberate Britain or something. Somehow Britain's got no war goals against us, which is not good in the slightest. So I'm going to remove my greener grass campaigns, place them with enlistment efforts. We want states that have a decently high population. This state might actually be bad. This state actually already has 25. We want states that have around, I think, 2 million people is ideal for enlistment efforts to get the maximum amount of extra conscripts. And then these states we will use to, what's it called? We will use to try to make our capitulation go slower. Right now we're getting 0.5 from casualties. If I quickly add in all these conscripts, now we're getting 0.4, which is decent. What I'll also do is try to increase the clout of our anti-British society. So that means trying to get as much PB clout as possible. And then, yeah, just gotta do as much as possible to decrease our war support drop. So yeah, we're pretty behind right now, which we do not like being behind. We just need to keep going in this infinite war against the Germans and Brits. Oh yeah, we're down to only minus 0.34 now. That's good, that's good. I think at that rate, we're gonna win the war. I mean, it's really close. I do indeed hit 0 a little bit later, but not by a huge amount. Russia just capitulated and making a new front here. We need to take it before the British arrive, or else we don't want to have that front be there. It'd be pretty bad. It'd be really bad, in fact. We need to prevent it at all costs. I don't think that any of their troops will arrive in time to stop me. Maybe this one stack from Mara, but I don't think that will actually be able to stop me from taking it over. There we go. We got it. Good. Very good, very good. The British have gotten Namaka land because they finished up the Civil War, which is not good. We're gonna try our best to deal with that. With a naval invasion, pretty much. Yeah, if we can naval invade behind them, that's gonna be our best bet, I think. I'm thinking we go for this peace deal with Germany, because fighting Germany at the same time does not seem very wise. Okay. Regulatory bodies is good. Defend, defend, defend. Oh, we need to go for Ashanti, though. I mean, we need to get military access in Ashanti so that we can go for this, because a civil war is afoot in British West Africa. And so we're gonna go for the British Gold Coast. Oh, I need like more army or more generals to make sure we can occupy this quickly. Yeah, we need to occupy this quickly. Okay, now let's go for Guinea, I guess, because apparently they own Guinea. We cannot let them own anything. I'll bring this army over to this front, I guess. I'm gonna buy this little territory near British West Africa because that will actually give us a front, which is gonna be pretty useful. Yeah, having a front should make it so we can push in there a little bit easier. Yeah, if we can get on this front, push into British West Africa, then we can be enforcing on Britain more. And we should be able to win this war, I think. Only there's 2 Wadai troops trying to head to that, but I'll send this 22 stack down to deal with that naval invasion just to be sure. Yeah. Why is this not starting battles? I do not know. Maybe I need to put this one on defense? That could maybe make some sense. Okay, we got their new capital of British West Africa occupied. Great. That's good. Now, Britain's going to be going below 0 soon. For some reason, we have a really mad anarchist movement, which is pretty weird. Because we are on, like, multiculturalism. I guess we're not on... I guess I'm not on, like, total separation, but no, they don't even care about total separation. Weird. We can get all but 1 Wargle from the UK, but I don't know if it's worth it to get all but 1. We can just wait till they get to minus 100. It would take like 2 years of waiting, though. 2 years is kind of a while. I think the best thing to do is just to keep the war going. Unless it looks like we're getting close to losing. But right now, it doesn't really look like that. So I think we're pretty safe to just continue along with the war. And go for a full enforce. Britain's capitulating pretty quickly. We're capitulating quicklier at this point too, but it doesn't matter because they're capitulating even quicker. And they've gone below us in war support at this point, so yeah. We're definitely on track to win. Just taking a little bit. Oh, we're in a pretty big deficit right now. Even if I pause construction, I think we're still in a deficit. Wow. We're spending a lot on our military. Wow, so much. They're invading us here. I'm trying to bring troops over to stop them. Luckily, I'm pretty sure they're just too late. The war goal they could get to is like Kordofan, but I don't think they get there in time. And they're not going to make us capitulate first. The war is over! Senegal is independent. And Zulu, South Africa is ours. Let's change their language to Zulu. Nice. Yeah, now Britain is, I think, completely kicked out. This should be, yeah, that's just Senegalese. No more, wait, Fuda Toro. No! No! Okay, Britain still has one tiny little thing. I need to try to improve relations with Britain, maybe. Maybe if we can improve relations with Britain, we can get them to give that to us. Kind of doubt it. Like, if they're 200 valuing. Maybe there's a chance. Hmm. I just got malaria prevention finally. Things have, yeah, our tech is finally kind of caught up. And start colonizing Africa. I should unpause this colony. Yeah, we don't actually have that much left to colonize at this point. I'm gonna try to give Spain military assistance because I'm trying to fix their attitude towards me. Unfortunately, that did not work. Hmm. Trying to fix their attitude because, they got a little bit of Africa that we need to liberate from them. Oh, I have another mandate. What should I pick up? Companies 1 gives 10% company stupid bonus, food standardization. I think I just go freedom of movement. It's kind of tough to decide, but I think freedom of movement is going to be best. Yeah. My GDP has been really stagnating since that Britain War, which makes sense because, yeah, like a lot of our budget is just going to military spending. But Britain's currently fighting France, and that's pretty good for us because they're about to liberate Morocco for us, which means that's one less thing we need to worry about. Although I guess it's not that substantial because we still have to war France. I don't think that they would be willing to give up Algeria, right? They're not gonna just give me the Western Sahara or whatever. It's not actually in the list of states here for some reason, seemingly. Like East Sahara. Is it because it's occupied, or maybe because it's a subject connection instead of us directly having a connection? I got the ultra rare Congo Free State. It's because our ruler is cruel, I think. Well, that's interesting. It's bad, but huh. I'm spending so much money on like sulfur subventions. Wow. Okay, let's not do that. That also 65K on railway subsidies. That feels really high, but I don't think I can stop that. Yeah, interesting. Should probably put up the PMs on my things. It's not. Our GDP has been really stagnant. I mean, like, if you look at our population's been going up, but it's not really been helping out our GDP, which is pretty weird. I don't know. I really seem to consistently run into problems like this when playing the African countries, but it's not as much of a problem whenever I play elsewhere. I guess I do play later into the game than usual on these ones, and we're more like resource locked, I think. But we're not resource locked in that like pops could still work more here, but I don't know why they're not. It's a little bit weird. It's quite confusing why pops don't work here. They're satisfied with their current employment, but we have peasants. Do the peasants not have qualifications? I actually don't know how you can see the qualifications of a specific pop. Huh. Because like it says we have the qualifications, but I don't know if the pops are they just have qualifications from other jobs instead of the peasants having the qualifications. Okay, I guess what do we actually need here? We need machinists. If we look at our machinist quals, then it does look like we have peasants. Oh, we can annex the Free State? Nice. Alright. That was not a very long-lived Free State. Oh, Britain's actually gonna lose Fuda Toro to revolt? We're so lucky. So lucky that Britain's losing Fuda Toro to revolt, so I don't have to try to sign a treaty with them to get that. Oh, this is incredible. At least I'm like 90% sure they're gonna lose this to the revolt. Yeah, they're gonna lose it to the revolt. Surely. I can cancel my treaty with Denmark and get a new one, I guess, to take Danish Niger Delta. Let's go for that. Nice. Let's not give them investment rights. Good, good, good. Another state acquired. Um, yeah, I think let's look at markets. I think everything. Oh no, this is Dutch. I need that. Interesting. Don't have too many more wars we need to declare. Like, what? One against the Ottomans, one against France, one against USA, or we might be transferring those. I'm not really sure. Not one against Spain because we are going to be transferring that, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to demand the Ottomans liberate Tripolitania. You don't want to liberate Tripolitania? Okay, well, you're liberating Tunis as well. Yeah, we need to kick the Ottomans out of Europe. They're kind of a European. I mean, kind of not, but also they're kind of a European. So, they need to go out of Africa. It's not allowed to be a European in Africa. Oh yeah, your subjects are getting liberated, Ottomans. Our GDP has started climbing again, which is good to see. I'm gonna enforce military access on Egypt to let us actually fight the war. Because, without Egypt in the war, we don't really have a front. But luckily, we have Egypt as a subject. Okay, it's time to negotiate our treaty with Spain. Alliance, military assistance. Take on debt? No, we don't want to take on 48 million of debt. That's kind of a lot. 7,500. State transfer, Spanish Alrif. Oh, obligation. Goods transfer. Take a goods transfer maybe? No. Wait, was there something there? Wine, they'll give me some of. They will give me a little bit of wine. And they will give me a little bit of sugar. Okay. Then we can promise to... No, they don't want any prohibit trades or anything. We actually might need to take on their debt. Oh, the alliance is -10. Maybe we should do this without the alliance. Let's do that. Okay. Spain, please accept my treaty. No, you decline it. Okay, I'll do guarantee independence, I guess. Get them to accept. Yeah, that should get us a guaranteed accept. Kicking the Spanish out of Africa. Nice. I mean, technically they have, like, maybe islands? No, they don't actually have the island down here. So yeah, I think Spain's out of Africa then. Nice. Well, there's 1.7 million GDP in Spanish Al Rif? That's crazy. I've been landed in Zulu? That's not good. Okay, this 62 stack will be mobilized to stop future naval nations, and then I'll mobilize a bit of stuff to deal with the actual front that exists here. And, I'll use my navy to fight their navy, I guess? Or is their navy good? The navy's kind of good. Let me upgrade to torpedo boats, or monitors. No, I don't actually have monitors unlocked? Okay. We'll just try to fight it then, I guess. They only have one non-frigate. Okay, it should be fine. Yeah. I'm gonna get an alliance with Spain for future wars. It'll be nice. So I'm gonna call Spain to our side. They're kind of strong. Yeah, and they've got 69 million GDP, or 65 million, 69 million peak GDP. Pretty good. Liberate Tripolitania and Tunis. Nice. I think I'm gonna have to fight France and USA. So, liberate country. Yeah, there's no liberates for Algeria, or for the Sahara bit of Algeria. So we'll have to manually conquer Sahara and Eastern Sahara. And then I don't think they're going to be able to put any troops on the front, so we can kind of just occupy it. And then maybe call in Spain to our side. No. Spain has too much debt to want to join us. Even if they didn't have debt, I guess they would be like -40, which is unfortunate for us. If I take on their debt, maybe it actually would be pretty close, but I don't want to take on 54 million debt, so I guess we'll have to live without Spain in the war, which does mean we'll have some problems, because, yeah, that means I think France is going to be capitulating extremely slow. We can probably fight USA at the same time, though. Oh yeah, Portugal joins this play as well. That's kind of to be expected. I'm going to take Portuguese East Africa and Portuguese Congo from them. I did see that they were like plus something when declaring this war, but it doesn't matter too much. Just deal with the Portuguese colonies as well. Oh yeah, I have to conquer Lorenzo Marx. Make sure we do that. Lorenzo Marx. So there is a front we have a disadvantage on, but overall, I think we're doing pretty good in this war. I mean, it's pretty close. I guess I should maybe go for researching Zeppelins. Military airships would be nice, although it might be too late at this point for it to actually have much of any use. Apparently, this is the capital of Portuguese Congo. Interesting. I guess I should enforce military access on Zulu Congo then. Hopefully they'll go grab for that. Maybe not. Okay, I'll send over a troop to try to occupy the capital. We just need this as well as that in order to enforce on Portugal. And then we'll be enforcing on France shortly after. I mean, France is already getting forced on slowly. Let's go. We got Portuguese Lorenzo Marx. It just took like 1,000 battalions. Now, we can't actually get peace yet, but we're pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Just like 10 weeks. So I think it's a good time to declare on the USA. Assuming they're still antagonistic, which yeah, they are. So let's declare liberate Algiers and call in Egypt and then liberate Tuat. And yeah, I see this front looks like the main front we want to go to. So we'll head over there and try to beat the USA. I think this is the final war, potentially. Oh, did I remember to... Oh no, I did not liberate Fang from France. Yeah, we're just gonna imagine we liberated Fang from France. This is propaganda that I forgot to liberate Fang from France. Okay, we can now make peace with France and conquer American Sinai. Let's make sure to do that. I'll also put on a humiliation just to make sure that we can make peace early, because yeah, I've been forgetting to do that in these wars. Having an extra war goal means you can make peace a lot earlier. The war with USA has begun. We are losing down here in the Congo region, but we have a huge advantage on this Algiers front and a decent advantage on the Sinai front. I think the plan is win on the Algiers front, then the Sinai front, then the Congo. Maybe, no, actually I'm gonna do Congo second, I think. I don't know, it doesn't matter too much, I guess. I'm gonna try and get these states from the Dutch. See what we can do. Okay, looks like it's gonna be pretty easy, actually. Yeah, just like that. All right. Oh, that's not actually all they had. They have another state. Okay, well, what is this state called? Okay, this one? It is. That's 200 cost. That's a bit of a problem. Hmm. Oceania? No, there's nothing left to colonize in Oceania, I think. Or Kanak, actually. Maybe I can get Kanak and trick the Dutch into agreeing to a non-colonization agreement or something. Hmm. Could maybe work. No, we cannot reach this state. Yeah, so it's not gonna be too helpful then. You can give them company monopolies, right? That'll work. And then, we're missing 50 acceptance or so. We have goods transfers we can do for a little bit of it. It's gonna be tough. Up in the air, let's go. Everything on offense. We can actually win the war now. Do have a little bit of a problem taking this from the Netherlands. Honestly, we may have to wait, because I don't actually think we can sign a good enough treaty to convince them to give us their final piece of it. It's pretty close, but I just don't quite think it's possible. Oh, actually, they really like money transfer right now. Okay, maybe actually it is possible. Okay, this is a little bit more promising. Zulu Gold Coast is that. Okay, that's a split state, so if we do that in the treaty, there's a good chance that it, like, doesn't actually count. But, you know, I don't love scamming the AI sometimes, but in this case, I do kind of love scamming the AI. Oh, also the recently traded modifier went down. Okay, yeah, this should be easy then. Let's go. I just need more influence. Okay. Rival Italy. Now I should have enough influence. Sign the deal. And we can take the state. Nice. So I was looking at Liberia because I was considering liberating it for this peace deal. I didn't end up doing it, but I noticed they have Dixie. So this is my first time actually 100% confirmed seeing the AI using the Cultural Commonwealth thing. So that's useful information to know for sure that it does that. I was pretty confident that it did that, but I did a test like a couple days ago actually where I couldn't replicate it, or maybe it was like a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I did a test where I couldn't replicate it. So good to know for sure that it is still a thing. Turns out I forgot about Elsa. Okay, the final war of the run is here. Elsa Annex. It's unfortunate that I didn't realize this when I was fighting the war with the Ottomans. Enforce mill access on Egypt so we can try to capitulate the Ottomans as quickly as possible. Okay, there's Annex Ausa. We've got a little bit of a native uprising real quick to deal with. Well, I really considered not going for Fang because I could have gone for the previous war and I just like forgot. So I thought, that's close enough. But I decided against it. We're going for Fang. We're liberating Fang. Okay. Ideally, we want France to just back down in this war because that would be a lot faster. So I'll add in like a humiliate France, revoke claim on East Sahara, revoke claim on Sahara. Yeah, we want to try to make France back down. It seems kind of unlikely that they'll back down. I guess I should make sure all my armies are mobilized and raised conscripts. That'll make them as likely as possible to back down. I did not mean to not shift click on that army. Oops. Raise conscripts. That should make them as scared as we can. It's not going to be that scared probably though. We can give Egypt some incentives to join the play. That'll make them more scared slightly. Let's try to add more like revoke claims. I imagine I'm not actually sure how the war goals are gonna go. Revoke claim on Tunisia. What do we need for that? At least one French state. Yeah, I think we can occupy one French state. So let's just go for all of this stuff. I guess it's not that much maneuvers, but it's a little bit more. Making them a little bit more likely to back down. West Indies, they do occupy part of that, so let's maybe not go for that. Or they don't actually have troops over there. We're fine to just revoke West Indies, revoke Indian Ocean territory. Assuming these still only require at least one French state. Okay, let's just revoke claim on everything then. Yeah, and then I guess we'll also humiliate Fang. And hopefully this is enough to get France to back down. I think it probably isn't, but it's worth a shot. Unfortunately, France did not back down. This is quite unfortunate. I need to occupy one French state, so let's go for a naval invasion on Guyana. And then I guess I'll station some troops in Spain so that we can actually just like naval or land invade France to try to get their casualties up. Invasion on Aquitaine, and then invasion on Languedoc. And the French should take quite a few casualties defending this, if they can even defend it at all. And so that will be very good for making them capitulate at a reasonable speed. Okay, we can now liberate Fang. And with that, these countries aren't actually subjects, right? Okay, yes, it's just Tunis joined the Mexican bloc. So we can now see nobody's a subject. We can look at the market map mode and see nobody's a subject, I'm pretty sure. Unless there's some secret subject hiding of like a minor power that doesn't have a block. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that there is no subjects. Bornu, yeah. Nobody's a subject. All of the African countries have been liberated, and we own like half of Africa. Fortunately, GDP is only 274 million, which is pretty low for 1933, but yeah, that's what happens when you build up so much military. This was a lot harder than I expected, to be honest. Mostly because of Germany just randomly deciding to break our alliance, I think. I think that made things a whole lot harder than it would have otherwise been. I guess it's because we went over 50 infamy, probably. This does make me get pretty worried for my challenge run I had planned for the future as Buganda trying to actually unite Africa, because they have even worse tech than Zulu, by just a little bit though, but it is worse tech technically. And they also started on isolationism, which actually might be useful. We might be able to use isolationism to get tech spread, but the plan is to try to unite Africa as the Buganda eventually. That's going to be a pretty big challenge considering I didn't even unite Africa in this run, although it wasn't a goal. Maybe we could have accomplished it if I was trying. I was not trying to unite Africa. 274 million GDP. We can take a look at cultures. You can see Zulu managed to take over Transvaal. It has a homeland on Transvaal. The rest of our cultures look relatively normal. I think Oromo being in both of these states is maybe not normal. I'm not sure. How's the religions? I know we're animist state religion. We've converted like everything down here to animist pretty much, except for the stuff in Portuguese East Africa and Bemba. Yeah, pretty much everything's been converted to animist in Southern Africa, Greater Southern Africa. Ethiopia, I think, starts the game Orthodox and Sunni, but now it's like 90% animist? Really? Wow. Not 90%, but like pretty nearly 90%. Yeah, 88%, 86%, 85%. Okay, here's my graphs for this run and my companies. I think that's going to be the end of the video. So, goodbye.